invite you to engage in the ancient Benedictine practice of prayer called Visio Divina, or divine seeing. Visio Divina is a process of intentional seeing using images for deeper meditation. To begin, I invite you to center yourself by taking a deep breath and relaxing your body as best you can. Allow your shoulders to lower away from your ears. Let your arms rest in your lap, and let your feet be fully supported by the floor. Feel the weight of your body held by your chair. Breathe deeply once again. A reading from Matthew 21, 1 through 11. When they had come near Jerusalem and had reached Bethphage at the Mount of Olives, Jesus sent 2 disciples, saying to them, "Go into the village ahead of you, and immediately you will find a donkey tied, and a colt with her. Untie them and bring them to me. If anyone says anything to you, just say this: 'The Lord needs them,' and he will send them immediately." This took place to fulfill what had been spoken through the prophet, saying, "Tell the daughter of Zion, look, your king is coming to you, humble and mounted on a donkey, and on a colt, the foal of a donkey." The disciples went and did as Jesus had directed them. They brought the donkey and the colt, and put their cloaks on them, and he sat on them. A very large crowd spread their cloaks on the road, and others cut branches from the trees and spread them on the road. The crowds that went ahead of him and that followed were shouting, "Hosanna to the Son of David! Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord! Hosanna in the highest heaven!" When he entered Jerusalem, the whole city was in turmoil, asking, "Who is this?" The crowds were saying, "This is the prophet Jesus from Nazareth in Galilee." A reflection from the artist. Jerusalem is the daughter of Zion. In her we see overlaid intricacies of architecture and city planning, the beauty of her people, the layout of her family tree, the importance of her lineage, the repetition of her ancient stories, the importance of her prophets, the telling of true, right, and good, the incredible way that we live into our story, into God's story. Here in Matthew, as Jesus prepares to arrive in Jerusalem to lay down his life for God's children, he hearkens back to the past. He recalls a simple prophecy repeated over the generations, taught and retaught. He must have the donkey and her colt in order to fully live into the story that had been prepared for him by God. In this image, I drew repetitive angles as a layer of architecture, a suggestion of lineage as the repetition of a path through time. I imagine that the architecture of a city and lineage of a people are related. Jesus quotes the prophets and acts on their words. Behind the patterns of prophecy in this image is a daughter. I portrayed her in a pose of listening, memorizing, preparing to retell the story. I drew her as thoughtful and contemplative, aware that her future role is to pass the narrative. She will tell of a peasant king's call to love and fearlessness.